when competence becomes an expectation. At the beginning of your career, competence gets noticed. People thank you for it. They recognize the effort. But something subtle happens over time. The better you become, the less visible the effort behind it is. And eventually, competence stops being praised. It becomes expected. High performers rarely talk about this shift, not because it is dramatic, but because it is quiet. At first, doing excellent work feels rewarding. You solve problems, you deliver under pressure, you take responsibility when things are unclear. People notice, but as your reputation grows, the environment recalibrates. Reliability becomes your baseline, judgment becomes assumed, calm under pressure becomes part of your identity. Not exceptional, just normal. And that is the moment many high achievers feel a strange kind of pressure. Not the pressure to prove themselves, the pressure to maintain who everyone now believes they are. In professional environments, competence changes your role long before your title changes. You become the person people call when something is complicated, the person who steps in when situations become ambiguous, the person trusted with problems others hesitate to touch. And over time, something subtle happens. People stop asking whether you can handle it. They assume you will. Not because they're demanding, but because you have quietly taught them that you can. The result is a different kind of professional weight. Your performance is no longer measured on what you are able to achieve. It is measured by consistency, by stability, by the absence of mistakes, which is a far heavier standard than occasional success. This is where competence stops being a skill and becomes an identity. When people rely on you long enough, your reliability becomes part of how they understand you. And identities are harder to maintain than performances, because performances can vary. Identities cannot. So many high achievers begin carrying pressure that no one explicitly asks them to carry. The pressure to always be composed, to always have answers, to always remain dependable. Not because someone demanded perfection, but because consistency quietly shaped expectations. And the more responsible you become, the less space you feel you have to falter. This is one of the least discussed realities of leadership in high achievers. The higher your competence rises, the more invincible the effort behind it becomes. Competence is not just about capability. It reshapes how people relate to you. It turns reliability into reputation, and reputation into expectation, which means the real challenge of high achievers is not achieving excellence once. It's carrying the quiet responsibility of being someone others believe will not fail. The paradox of competence is simple. The better you become, the less people see the effort and the more they trust the outcome.